core values of peace, stability, and constructive engagement with partners across the globe. By acceding to the TAC, Algeria and Uruguay have signaled their firm commitment to these principles. They have committed to uphold the values needed to foster dialogue, mutual respect, and peaceful coexistence in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. We should bear in mind that ASEAN's partnerships have steadily expanded across continents, reinforcing its stature as a robust regional organization that actively engages with global partners. Today, ASEAN fortifies its linkages with Latin America and North Africa region that share our aspiration for peace, prosperity, and sustainable development. Algeria and Uruguay's accessions to the TAC will pave the way for deeper cooperation and enhanced understanding between ASEAN and both regions. As chair of ASEAN, Malaysia reaffirms its unwavering commitment to advancing ASEAN's outward-looking approach and fostering partnerships built on trust, inclusivity, and mutual benefit. In closing, I convey my sincere congratulations to Algeria and Uruguay on this significant occasion. Malaysia looks forward to working closely with both countries under the TAC framework in the spirit of friendship, respect, and peaceful coexistence. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Datuk Sri, for the remarks. You are kindly requested to remain on the stage to witness the signing of the Instruments of Accession to the TAC. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence the signing ceremony for the Instrument of Accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. May I now invite His Excellency Ahmed Attaf, Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad, and African Affairs of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, and His Excellency Mario Lubetkin, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Oriental Republic of Uruguay, to the stage for the signing of Instrument of Accession to the TAC. May I now kindly invite Your Excellencies to sign the Instrument of Accession to the TAC simultaneously. Thank you very much, Excellencies. May I now invite His Excellency Datuk Sri Utama Haji Muhammad bin Haji Hassan, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia, to the front of the stage. May I kindly invite Minister of Foreign Affairs of Algeria and Uruguay to the side of the stage? To the side of the stage, Excellencies. May I invite His Excellency the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Algeria to hand over the signed Instrument of Accession to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia. And thank you very much, Excellency. May I now invite His Excellency the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay to hand over the signed Instrument of Accession to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia. May I kindly invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Algeria and Uruguay to the side of the stage. please, Excellencies. And now, may I invite His Excellency, the Secretary General of ASEAN, to kindly proceed to the stage to receive the instruments of accession from the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia. Thank you very much, Excellency. And now, may I kindly invite Their Excellencies, the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Algeria and Uruguay, to join the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia and the Secretary General of ASEAN for a group photo session. Excellencies, allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, Excellencies. You may kindly return to your seat. And it is now my honor to invite His Excellency Ahmed Attaf, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Algeria, to deliver his remarks.
Your Excellency and dear brother, Mr. Mohammed bin Hassan, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia, Your Excellency Dr. Kao Kim Hoon, Secretary General of ASEAN, Your Excellencies Ministers of Foreign Affairs and distinguished representatives of Asian member states, Your Excellency Mr. Mario Lubitkin, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great privilege to be here and to stand before you today as my country has formalized its accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the government of sisterly Malaysia for hosting this signing ceremony and for the opportunity given to me to be part of this genuine family reunion. I wish also to convey my deepest appreciation to all Asian member states for welcoming Algeria's bid and for supporting its accession to this important treaty. Today marks significant milestones in Algeria's relations with ASEAN. We are truly honored to join the community of nations that are party to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, a community that gathers all those who see ASEAN as an example to be referred to and inspired by it worldwide. Algeria's willingness to become part of this esteemed family is grounded in several considerations, which I would like to briefly emphasize in three main motivations. Firstly, our decision is rooted in a profound admiration for ASEAN, an organization that has ably shown through actions, results, and achievements how regional cooperation can drive transformation, foster stability, and generate shared prosperity for all. From our part of the world, we regard ASEAN as a remarkable model of regional integration, a model that can rightly inspire similar efforts worldwide particularly on the African continent. Secondly, we are driven by a strong desire to strengthen the long-standing ties of friendship and cooperation that Algeria has been privileged to enjoy with each and every ASEAN member state. By joining the TAC today, we seek to add a new dimension to these bilateral relations, a dimension that includes ASEAN as a genuine united bloc whose collective voice and positive influence continue to grow on the global stage. In this spirit, we also aspire to deepen our engagement with ASEAN by becoming a sectoral dialogue partner, and we kindly seek your invaluable support to that effect. Thirdly and lastly, we take special pride in sharing with all ASEAN member states a steadfast commitment to the principles of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, principles that are equally enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations. These principles that are deeply rooted in the respect for international law, from the very foundation of Algerian foreign policy, they have shaped my country's external identity, and they continue to guide its actions and positions at the international level. I'm sure we can all agree that our world is in urgent need for a renewed commitment to these principles, especially in light of the deeply troubling patterns that are unfolding before us. Of great concern among these developments is the growing tendency to openly resort to the use of force in defiance of all established norms, principles, and rules. Of even greater concern is the increasing inclination to deliberately violate international law, including the core principles of the UN Charter. And of gravest concern is the progressive marginalization of the United Nations, the weakening of the whole UN system, and the near paralysis of the Security Council itself. In the face of these developments that are reshaping the global landscape, Algeria is committed to working alongside ASEAN in advocating for the values of peace, mutual respect, and genuine cooperation. Algeria is also committed to joining hands with ASEAN in promoting respect for international law, including the principles of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation. And Algeria is finally committed to closely coordinating with ASEAN toward ensuring that diplomacy takes precedence over confrontation, that law triumphs over force, and that multilateralism prevails over unilateralism. This is the only way forward to achieve a peaceful and prosperous future for all mankind. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Excellency, for the speech. May I kindly invite Your Excellency to return to your seat. Thank you, Excellency. Next, may I invite His Excellency Mario Lubekin, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay, to deliver his remarks.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, what we say in Spanish. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia, Secretary General of ASEAN, my friend, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Algeria, that I think that both signatures at the same time show something new and a new trend in which we can say only thanks to our friend of ASEAN to understand the trend and ask us to be part of this new scenario in which, like my friend from Algeria said, we want to play, we need to play together more than before. Ministers, distinguished representatives of state parties, ladies and gentlemen, friends, for us it's a great honor, and for me especially, that just came from the BRICS meeting without sleep, but I wanted to be here now to share with you this very important historically moment for my country. That I can be on behalf of the government of Uruguay to express our satisfaction and being received of this ASEAN summit to express Uruguay's accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, COLETAC, that's joining a long list of extra-regional countries that have done the same before. We are grateful for the approval by the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting held last January for our application to accede to the TAC, which has been submitted in July 2024 by the previous government. This symbolizes Uruguay's state-level commitment to deepen its relation with ASEAN member states. In particular, I would like to express our appreciation to the Malaysian presidency for the cooperation in making this important act possible, and likewise to the ASEAN Secretariat. This accession is based on our deep conviction in the principles that inspire the treaty, such as mutual respect for sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the national identity for all nations, non-intervention in internal affairs, peaceful resolution of dispute, renunciation of the threat or use of force, and effective cooperation among all of the countries. And if this issue was important before, now is more and more important, like we talked before. The world today faces complex and multifaceted challenges that require more than ever a renewed commitment by the international community to dialogue, mutual understanding, peaceful coexisting, and cooperation among nations. In this regard, the TAC indubitably constitutes a platform to achieve this goal not only in Southern Asia, but also for only of our region, and logically for Latin America and all over the world. Uruguay, a country firmly committed to multilateralism, peace, and the promotion of human rights, sees this accession as a valuable opportunity to deepen ties with ASEAN and each of its member states. Furthermore, we understand that as a pivotal step to broaden and diversify our political, economic, and cultural ties toward a future of cooperation and shared perspective with a dynamic, vibrant region undergoing constant growth and transformation. With this accession, Uruguay joins other Latin American countries, and we trust that this closer relationship will significantly contribute to building bridge between the two regions. Through joint effort, we can move toward a future market by greater integration and raising intercultural dialogue and sharing sustainable development efforts. We hope deep in next year, when Uruguay will assume the presidency of the Community of the Latin American and the Caribbean States, called CELAC, in which we have together 33 countries from Latin America and from the Caribbean. Not strong like ASEAN, but we take this type of model to try to understand how Latin America and the Caribbean need to work better and to play better in the world, especially with our partners from Asia and from Africa. And at the same time, we will share the presidency of Mercosur. So the South countries, Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, and I think that in that side, we can develop our trade capacity together to create incredible communities of population in an integration process in which we are convinced that this is the way in which we need to go. I want to reiterate Uruguay's gratitude to the ASEAN state parties for their valuable support of our objective to accede to this treaty, and once again highlight our country firm's commitment to the principles and objectives enshrined in the instrument to bring peace and development to our societies and the world. This is our responsibility. We can do, we are sure that we can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Excellency, for the remarks. May I kindly invite Your Excellency to return to your seat. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the signing ceremony for the Instrument of Accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria and the Oriental Republic of Uruguay. We thank Your Excellencies for your presence and commitment to strengthening cooperation with ASEAN. And with that, thank you and have a pleasant evening ahead. The ceremony is now adjourned.
And with the signing complete, the ceremony for the Instrument of Accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, TAC, has now officially concluded. And today's ceremony marks a significant moment in ASEAN's continued outreach and engagement with the international community, with Algeria and Uruguay formally joining the TAC. The treaty's message of peace, mutual respect, and constructive dialogue continues to resonate far beyond Southeast Asia.
At the heart of this chairmanship lies a powerful commitment ensuring that no one is left behind, that this development is not just fast but fair, that prosperity is not just pursued but shared together, and that peace is not just preserved but deepened. Thank you for joining us here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Your presence has made this gathering truly memorable. We definitely look forward to seeing you again as we continue to build a brighter, more united ASEAN together.
And this act reaffirms ASEAN's role as a neutral, principled platform for regional and global cooperation, guided not by force, but by consensus and shared values. As the signing ceremony draws to a close, we now return to the main program of the 58th ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting. Stay with us for more live coverage from Kuala Lumpur.
Ten years ago, ASEAN Community Vision 2025 was conceived in Kuala Lumpur.